Hey everyone, it is Natalie from Being Intentionally Creative, and today we are focusing in on eye candy. I recently made a purchase from them. They had a discount going on with the Memorial Day long weekend for those of you in the United States, and I decided that I would purchase some. I am very pleased with all of the products I've gotten from eye candy. The intensity of the colors, the variety of things they have, and interestingly enough, the one issue I have is the fact that I live in Canada. So when it comes to shipping and customs and what have you, I always ends up costing me a little bit more to get some products out of the United States. However, having said that, there are a lot of incredible products that come out of the United States. Yes, we have incredible products up here in Canada. The United States I've always thought the United States always has so much more and more cool things. And I love my country and I love being in Canada. I just sometimes wish they were as broad ranged as what it is down in the US. But let's move on. What did I get? Well, I got a couple of different things. Obviously, it's out of the package because it didn't come this way. It was all tightly wrapped up because of all the paperwork that had to come with it. So let's start with, we'll come back to this. Let's start with what's in this white paper packet. So let's take this out. So I got a number of little different things, and they sent me another stir stick. I want to make stir sticks, and I want to make them out of resin because I think that would be so cool to have colorful popsicle sticks that are made of resin, and then it'd be easier to work with instead of using my sticks all the time. Anyway, okay, so the first thing we have here is a neon sample set, and so far the colors they're pretty intense. I mean, not even taking this out now, it looks like the purple one has, well, some of the colors have come out. I was gonna say the purple's most noticeable with having. And I have to admit, I've always liked the fact that they double bag their products. This is coming in another bag, so if it does leak, it's not getting all over everything. So I appreciate that to no end. So let's get these out of here. And it has its own separate little container box over here that I keep all my eye candy product in. So let's go. These are bright, people. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the true brightness of these, but these are bright. So we have an arc orange, plastic pink, blaze orange, which is, and I'm going to bring the other orange back so you can see the difference between the two of them quite easily. Saturn yellow, cosmic red, which is, I put that along the lines of the oranges. Proton purple, wow. Magma magenta, holy crap, is that ever dark? Well, and when I say dark, I mean that's a rich color. UFO green, love it. Flamingo red, electric blue, and firebird red. And these are 2 gram packets. And I don't know about anybody else out there. I find that, I have tons of pigment powder, and it lasts a really long time. And depending on the brand you're using, and I can speak for eye candy, this will last me a long time. As much as these are 2 grams, and I think most of the other bags I've got around are 5. And I'm trying to think, I have some right in front of me. Yeah, that's a 5 gram bag. I've got so much of it that I'm going to have it forever. And it's something I wish I wasn't. I'm a little frugal when it comes to using. One, I don't really need a lot of some of the products because they are so pigmented and they do such an awesome job of coloring my resin. But at the same time, it's like, you could add a little bit more. You've got it, use it kind of idea. So I've got to I shouldn't say I have to get better at it, but I would like to get better at not being so stingy with my products, if you will. Okay, so now we have a black, and these other 4 will be 5 gram packets. And it's amazing, when you think of 5 grams, you think that's not a lot, but It truly is. So this is, I'm just trying to think if this is a black. No, this is a brown, I think. Let me just have a look-see here at my order. That's that. Yes, this is a brown. A very dark brown. Wow, that almost looks black, right? That looks black, but that is a brown. And Caramitio? I'm not sure. Again, they put such unique names on these, I haven't got a clue if I'm saying that right. But that's a brown, and it is, I mean, that's a dark, dark brown. That'll be interesting to try on something because it's so dark. Okay. And then we have, I think this is the Pagoda Temple. Oh my gosh. Pagoda Temple Color Shift. Look at that. And again, it looks like it's got some red in it. Maybe a bit of pink. But look at that color. Wow. I'm hoping, it's sort of a red gold here, and it goes to gold, and this is going to be an interesting color to play with. Put that off to the side because I don't need that down here. A white. So I haven't tried. I have the Glimmer Ghost set. I haven't got just a white. So I decided I was going to try one of their whites just to see what it was like. So we've got the Akayo white here. And I know that it's hard to tell when I'm looking at my computer just what kind of brightness, but I was trying to do some comparison to get a true white is what I wanted, not a linen white, not an eggshell white, as close to a white as I could get. So there's that. And then I have another color shift here. I wanted to try them out to see what their color shifts were like. And this is Cami. So again, I mean, one way it looks purple, and I don't know if you're picking this up or not. Purple, and then it almost goes to a green brown color, I would say. So yeah, it'll be cool to do a piece, and I'm gonna have to, and I'm getting sparkly all over me. We are going to do a piece with one of these colors. I have a couple of pieces over here that need to be finished up. So I'm going to pick one of them, and then we're going to pick a color and see what we can do with it. So now, let's see if I can get this off of here. I didn't realize this was on here. Just get going. I would have taken this off had I realized this was on here. I guess I should have known they'd seal it up, which makes total sense to me. Put that down there. So it's a 12 color opulent high quality powder variety pack set Q. Wow. So that's just telling me about the company. Wow, these are nice colors too. These are pretty. And you get a sticker. So let's just put these off to the side. So we'll go through these. We have Imperial Gold, Crimson, Zafri. Again, I don't know if I'm saying these right. I'm not. It's a green. I'm not going to try and say that first one. Baku Red. And I'm trying to think. I know I've got a couple of reds in there, but I don't think this is one of them. Though I wanted for the reds. And I know back when I got my reds, people were having a really hard time finding a true red. The two I've got are brilliant as far as being true reds, and there's one that I like a bit more than the other one because they come out red. There's not that tinge of, I want to say, pink in it. It's like they're red, which is beautiful. We have a Cherise. Ooh, Persian Purple. That looks really pretty. I'm a huge fan of purple. Let's take this one out. Wow, that's pretty, eh? It looks blue, and I know they came out one that was a blue purple, and I wish I'd written it down because it was absolutely gorgeous. And I would love to have gotten it, but that's a really beautiful blue. Kakiro orange. Imperial jade. I don't know if I have that one already. I might. 10 karat gold. Periwinkle purple. That's pretty. Did we had a, I'm trying to think, go back through them for a second. I just wanted to see if there was another purple one in there. No, well, the Parisian purple, but to me that's a looks blue. Maybe, but that definitely looks blue to me. So where did we leave off? We have a scarlet, crimson, saffron we mentioned, periwinkle purple, the Parisian purple. Great, so that's all of it. So we are going to do a piece that has one of these in it. I have a heart that needs to be coated, and I used a Let's Resin, glow in the dark glitter. That's what that is. Glow in the dark pearl. No, dark glitter. Glow in the dark glitter. Sorry, I'm reading the box from afar. And I'm thinking of backing this with something. So we could use the brown, because as much as I was thinking black, that brown might be interesting to try to see just how dark it is. Or we could go with a neon color, just because. I also have, I will be honest, I have glow in the dark pigment by Eye Candy as well. So we'll have to see what piece I pick. Once I've done that, once I've got my resin mixed up, we will dive into this a little bit more. See you in a bit. Here we are again, and we're going to have a little bit of fun. I had talked about finding a piece that I wanted to do and using one of the Eye Candy's powders, mica powders that I've just recently gotten. And we are going to, because I think this will work very well with this piece, we are going to use one of the neons, and it's Magma Magenta. You have to pick one that you can actually be able to say, because if it were some of the other ones that I have no idea what the proper pronunciation is, you go with what you can say. Anyway, I had shown you this heart that has the Let's Resin glow in the dark glitter in it, and I thought, wouldn't this look cool? Like a neon color that sort of doesn't glow in the dark. You let the, the Let's Resin piece do the glowing, but this just to sort of highlight it, if you will. I know a lot of people would put black or a dark color. I'm not going to do that. I dare to be different. I have my resin mixed up. I'm using the Let's Resin epoxy 2-part. And we're going to open this up and see how cool it is. Now, I should mention that, yes, my cup that I'm using isn't clear. It's actually pink. And you may not be able to see extremely well what the color is going to look like, but I'll do my best to show you on the stick once I have it mixed up. This is such a... You seriously, again, you need to see it in person. It is that bright. So I'm going to take some out, and I'll put it on my trusty little spoon here, and you'll get to see it. Look at, can you see how bright? I mean, that stuff is mighty bright. I don't know how that won't glow in the dark all on its own, but that's okay. It's such a bright color. I absolutely love bright colors. So let's put that in. We'll start with that. Again, I'm trying to get better and not be so stingy on the colors I use. Now, as I've mentioned before, I take my time mixing in the mica powder because I don't like clumps. And I have noticed on other channels that some people just dump it in and just start stirring and hope for the best, I guess. I don't like clumps. So I'm trying to blend it. Now, this is a bit thicker. How can I put that? So with some of the mica powders you get, they're extremely fine. It's almost like a really fine glitter. And I'm noticing with this, it's a little heavier. And I'm trying to think, I know some of the Let's Resin products, the mica powders, are thicker. And I don't know what causes them to be like that, because maybe it's because of the type You know, like we've got neon colors here. So it might be because it's a neon, and what do they have to put in it to make it so it's neon? You know, glow in the dark. What has to be done to the mica powder to make it glow? Is there something that makes it a thicker pigment, or mica? I should call it a mica powder. A thicker mica powder. Let's Resin's thermogenic is like that. I mean, it's really thick. So it's not like a traditional mica powder that's very fine. And you know, it could be what they're having to put in it to give you the effect. Anyway, I'm just going to mix this up as best I can. I want to thank everybody again, and I'll do this. I don't do it every video, and it's interesting. I listen to other videos, and they thank people every time. Please know that even though I may not say it, I do really appreciate everyone who's following me. I've appreciated all the comments. I have a couple of people that are following me on Facebook now and asking questions, and I am totally open to people reaching out to me and asking me questions. If I have the answer, I will provide it. If I'm not sure, I'll give suggestions. And if I'm really not sure, I would maybe point you back towards the manufacturer. I've had a lot of success reaching out to manufacturers and asking them questions. And you know, people are willing to help. And it's the one thing that was the most important to me when I worked in the corporate world was I would never turn anyone away when they came to ask me a question. If I didn't know, it was like, we'll find out the answer together. And if I knew, then it was, okay, this is the answer you're looking for. So I want you to know that I don't comment every video, but I do appreciate you. And you're liking, you're subscribing, and your comments. And then even, you know, sometimes I have a couple of replies within a question or within a comment, and I go to them once a day, and I look at them and I answer where I can and I just want you to know I do appreciate it. And we're almost to that 500 subscriber mark, which is very exciting for me. Very exciting. So I will be sure to let you know when I reach it. Obviously, you can see from looking how many people are subscribed to my channel. But I would like to sort of make that formal. What did I get to? There was a number I got to, and then I thought after that I don't need to say anymore. I think it was 350, and it's kind of like I'm just watching the numbers go up, and it's cool. And yeah, thank you for taking the time to watch. Okay, so I think I've got that pretty well mixed. So let me see if I can. You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to take a little bit, so you get an idea just how bright this is. And for anyone who's used it, this is probably, you know, not a need to do thing, but for those of you who haven't seen it, take a little bit and put it on my toothpick, and you can see, and I'll just wipe it. That's how bright this stuff is. Am I in the, yeah, okay. Right here, how bright that is. And that's a bright color, which is really cool. So I don't think I need to add any more to that. I think it's going to be bright. And for anyone who's worked with resin, you know that as you pour it in, depending on how it'll look thicker anyway. So that's the color we're dealing with. It's pretty, eh? Okay, so let's get this poured into the heart. And this is going to take 24 hours to get to the point where I can take it out of the mold. And I got a little piece of the stuff in there. That's what I'm making and moving around. So let's get this out, and then you'll be able to see it again. I may put a white paper towel. I'm all out. I'm almost done all my white paper towels, and now I have to go to blue. So I'm going to have to either get a piece of white cardstock out so I can show you colors, or I'm going to have to take one of my kitchen paper towels. Why is it the simplest words in the world are the hardest to remember? Anyway. And the one thing I don't like about these cups is that they've got the little doohickeys at the bottom that I run into, so it's, you kind of got to go up and over things, and I wish I didn't have to do that. All right. Now it wasn't quite enough. I did 20 mils of this. I could have gotten away with probably 30. I'm not 100% sure how much this heart actually holds. But what I do believe is that I've got it all the way, and I'm not going to worry that I don't have enough, and I'm not going to make any more. I just do want to make sure though that I've got it everywhere it needs to be in here. So I'm just kind of going to go around the edges just to make sure that's touching all over the place, so that we have a decent, and I could always put some UV resin on the back of this if I wanted. I could put a tattoo or something on this, and yeah, so there we have it. I should have warmed up my resin too. It's cool in my basement now with the hotter weather that we've got going on. But there you have it. That's the magma magenta. And is she ever bright? So let me just take that so you can get a better idea. Hopefully that's not showing red. When I edit the video, hopefully it'll, if it's looking red, it'll look more, well, more magenta. And it is. It's very bright. I'll go over it with my long neck glitter. I'm probably also going to go over it with my heat tool just to warm this up a little bit. And there's one of those, I think, pieces. So that's why I really take my time mixing up the mica powder, especially when I'm dealing with something a little thicker, because sometimes you get these little pieces that just pop, and it's actually because I didn't get the mica powder completely. Why, as much as I love these colors, they do take a little bit more time to like get mixed up, and I've got something in it, darn it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to have to let this sit and set, and then once it's had its 24 hours, we will come back and we will take this out and we'll see just how bright it is. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in a bit. Are you ready to take it out of the mold? I am. I'm excited about this. I love the fact that this is such a cool color, and I think it's going to have paired nicely with the glow in the dark. Am I going to do anything else with it? Right now I'm not sure. Would putting a black backing on it, or a gold or a silver, be worthwhile? I don't know. Anyway, this is what it looks like. Now, some people may think it would have been better off if I had put something dark, but I wanted to play. I wanted to try a really vibrant color with this, and the magma magenta seemed to be the color to use. I could have used a gold. I have golds over there now. So I could have used a gold, because as this sparkles and moves about, I mean, there's some gold in there. Yes, I could have used black. I could have used that very dark brown. That might have been a cool color to try. But you know what? I love color too much not to have done this, and I'm quite pleased with it. And as I say, I could put a black backing on that, but I think it looks pretty the way it is. And the other thing I could do, again, going back to the whole, apparently I'm into tattoos these days, or I could put a nice simple little flower in the back of this, and then put another layer, a very thin layer of either UV resin on top of it, or 2-part epoxy. And I'd probably use UV resin on this. Or I could put a stencil on the back of this. As you know, I don't like things that are only one-sided. I like something on both sides. So depending on what you're looking at, there's something to see on both sides. I just think it finishes the piece off nicely, and that's why I take the time to do that. but you do you. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you had fun. Let me know, would you have put the pink on it, or would you have chosen one of the other colors that I got from Eye Candy? As I mentioned, I love Eye Candy's products because they are so vibrant, and they, you know, you get the density of the coloring as I would expect from their pigment, their mica. I keep calling them pigments. They're mica powders. I've got pigment on the brain. Anyway, there you have it. I'm looking forward to seeing this glow in the dark. Obviously, my room's too bright for me to be able to show that to you. But yeah, I'm probably going to, once I get this done, I might see about drilling a little hole in this and just hanging it up somewhere. Who knows, might even end up in my car, but my car being the colors it is, I probably should make one in its colors. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy the sparkle that's there. And again, thank you for subscribing. All of those who are commenting, thank you for your comments. I really appreciate them. I hope you have a great day. I hope you're being creative. Take care, and bye for now.